The galaxy always laughed at humans. They said humans believed in old myths, stories about hidden fleets, ancient guardians, and powerful ships sleeping in the void. To alien empires, these tales were nothing more than childish dreams. But humans never explained the truth. They only smiled and stayed quiet. On a distant outpost, Captain Ryland watched the stars from the observation deck. He knew something the galaxy did not. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not alone. Deep inside the cold emptiness between galaxies, something waited. Something built by the ancestors. Something powerful. And now, for the first time in centuries, it was waking up. Ryland received a message from Earth Command. A single coded line flashed across his screen. The myths are moving. His heart froze. It had begun. But far away, at the Galactic Council, the alien leaders continued to joke about humans. They believed Earth was small, harmless, and unimportant. They repeated their favorite insult. Humans tell stories because they have no power. The council chambers echoed with laughter until the alarms went off. A strange distortion appeared near the council's deep space sensors. A massive gravitational shift rippled across thousands of systems. It felt like something huge had entered real space, something older than any known empire. Back on the human outpost, Ryland watched the void crack open. A dark shape slowly emerged, glowing with blue energy. Its hull was massive, larger than any battleship the Council had ever seen. And more shapes followed behind it, one by one, in total silence. The legends were real. Humanity's secret Warfleet had returned. Ryland whispered, almost shaking. They laughed at us. Now they will understand. And across the galaxy, every alien empire suddenly sensed the same thing. Humanity had awakened something they were never prepared to face. The first ship from a void drifted forward like a silent giant. Its hull carried markings no human alive could read, symbols from forgotten age. Captain Ryland stood frozen as more ships emerged, each one larger, each one older, each one built for a war no one remembered. These were not modern vessels. They were ancient. They were human-made, but not by humans of this age. Reports flooded Earth Command. Space stations shook with shockwave echoes. Civilians across the colonies stared at night skies, now glowing with strange blue light. People whispered the old stories again. Stories their grandparents told them about the void-born fleet, humanity's last shield, hidden until the day of great danger. Most humans believed those stories were fantasy. But today the fantasy had become real. While Earth analyzed the incoming data, the Galactic Council fell into chaos. The alien leaders who once mocked humanity sat in fear. Their screens showed ships the size of moons, shaped with razor-like edges and golden lines running across their black holes. They had never seen technology like this, not even in their legends. Who controls these ships? One council minister shouted. No one answered. The sensors detected no crew, no life signs, no communication signals. The fleet moved with perfect formation, like soldiers following a silent commander. Then something terrifying happened. Every ship in the Void Fleet turned its weapons to the same direction, toward the Galactic Council's territory. The council chamber went silent. At the same moment, Captain Ryland received another coded message from Earth Command. The fleet has chosen its path. Do not interfere. Ryland felt his breath tighten. If humanity wasn't controlling the fleet, then who was? The galaxy braced for something it had never seen before. The Void Fleet moved with purpose, but no one understood why. Every ship glided forward without a single human command. Captain Ryland watched the formation shift into a battle pattern older than any modern doctrine. It was as if the ships remembered a war the galaxy had forgotten. Earth Command finally broke the silence with a message that shook every human officer. We found a signal. It is not machine. It is human. Ryland's eyes widened. Human? But there were no humans aboard the ancient ships, at least none known. Deep inside the command network, Earth scientists traced the signal. It didn't come from any colony. It came from inside the Void Fleet, from the largest ship at the center, the ship known in myth as the First Vanguard. Legend said it once belonged to Admiral Kale Arcturus, the commander who led humanity during the War of Extinction thousands of years ago. According to history, he died. According to myth, he made a promise. If humanity faces the end again, I will return. But no one believed that. Until now, inside the Galactic Council, fear spread like wildfire. Their sensors detected a pulse inside the first vanguard. Not life, but something close. A consciousness. A presence powerful enough to control the entire fleet. Aliens whispered in terror. No human should have this kind of power. Did they resurrect their ancient commander? Is Earth hiding immortals? The fleet halted suddenly. Thousands of ships held still in absolute silence. Then, for the first time, a transmission echoed across the galaxy. A deep, calm human voice. Council worlds, your era of mocking my people is over. Rylan felt his blood freeze. Admiral Kale Arcturus, legend, myth, ghost, was alive. Or something like him was. And he had returned not for peace, but for judgment. The galaxy had never heard a voice like his. Calm, ancient, and carrying the weight of 1,000 forgotten battles. Admiral Kale Arcturus spoke not as a myth, but as a commander who had finally awakened. Inside the first vanguard, a faint blue aura moved like drifting smoke. It was neither human nor machine. It was something in between, consciousness preserved through technology so old that even Earth barely understood it. Kale was not alive in a human sense. He was a living memory, a commander preserved to guard humanity's future. Captain Rylan felt the air grow heavy as Kale's voice spread across every human channel. For centuries, the galaxy mocked Earth. For centuries, they pushed, insulted, and threatened. Today, they will learn what humanity truly is. Earth Command stayed silent. None of them dared interrupt. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council was in complete panic. Their ships scrambled into defensive formations, but their fleets looked tiny compared to the Void Armada. Their admirals shouted conflicting orders. They still believed they could negotiate. A message was sent to the first vanguard. We request peace talks. Humanity has misunderstood our intentions. Kale responded instantly. There will be no talks. You have judged my people for too long. Now you face your own judgment. The fleet moved. Slowly, the ancient warships spread out, forming a circle around the council's territory. Their weapons hummed with a soft golden glow, the same energy described only in ancient human legends. Rylan could feel the shockwave through his outpost sensors. The power these ships held was beyond anything the modern galaxy possessed. Even Earth's own new warships felt weak in comparison. But then something strange happened. Instead of firing, the Void Fleet projected a massive holographic map across space. It showed every crime the Council committed against Earth. The blocked trade routes, the false accusations, the restricted technology, the secret plans to isolate humanity. Kale's voice echoed again. Before punishment, there must be truth. The galaxy held its breath. Judgment had only begun. The holographic map floated across space like a glowing scar. Every empire watched in silence as the crimes against humanity were exposed line by line. The council members could no longer deny anything. Their faces turned pale. Their voices shook. Their lies collapsed in front of the entire galaxy. Admiral Kale Arcturus spoke again, his voice echoing like thunder across the stars. You feared humanity's rise, so you tried to keep them weak. Now you will face the strength you tried to bury. At Kale's command, the Void Fleet shifted. Thousands of ancient ships activated their weapons at once. Golden lines lit up across their hulls. Energy cores hummed like roaring storms. Captain Rylan felt the vibration even from his distant outpost. The power level stunned him. No modern ship could produce even 1% of it. The Council fleet panicked. Ships tried to retreat. Admirals screamed orders. But it was too late. The first vanguard unleashed a gravitational shockwave, not to destroy, but to disable. A silent ripple spread through space, freezing every Council warship in place. Engines died. Weapons shut down. Hulls trembled under invisible pressure. The galaxy gasped. The Void Fleet had neutralized an entire armada without firing a single shot. Kale's voice turned colder. This is only a warning. What comes next depends on your honesty. The council begged for mercy. They promised reforms. They swore they never wanted war. But Kale knew better. The Void Fleet created another projection, this time revealing something darker. A secret council plan to invade Earth 5 years ago. A plan they hid. A plan they denied. Rylan clenched his fists. Humanity wasn't paranoid. Humanity wasn't exaggerating. The myths, the warnings, the silence. It all made sense now. Kale spoke the final words of the day. Your fate will be decided at dawn. The galaxy waited, terrified of what humanity's ancient commander would choose next. Dawn arrived slowly across the galaxy, not with sunlight, but with silence. Every empire, every colony, every ship waited for Admiral Kale Arcturus to speak again. The Void Fleet held its position, glowing like a constellation reborn. No one dared to move. No one dared to breathe. Inside the first vanguard, Kale's consciousness examined the Council's hidden plans, the invasion routes, the weapon supply chains, the attempt to cut Earth off from the galaxy. For centuries, humanity had endured mockery, restrictions, and betrayal. Now the truth stood in front of every living species. Captain Rylan felt a strange calm settling over him. The myths he grew up hearing had become reality, and now he understood why the old humans created the Void Fleet. It was not built for domination. It was built for moments like this, moments when humanity stood alone against a galaxy that refused to see their worth. At last, Kale spoke. The galaxy will not burn today. A wave of relief swept through every system. But Kale was not finished. Your punishment is not destruction. Your punishment is remembrance. In a brilliant flash, the Void Fleet projected a final message across the stars. It showed humanity's history, their struggles, their wars, their unity, their growth. It showed how humans rebuilt themselves again and again, no matter the odds. It showed that humanity was never weak, only patient. Then Kale delivered his judgment. You will treat Earth as an equal. You will honor every treaty. You will never again silence or threaten my people. The Council, shaking defeated, agreed immediately. The Void Fleet slowly retreated toward the darkness of the void. One by one, the ancient warships faded back into the place they came from. Only the first vanguard remained for a moment longer. Kale's final words echoed through Rylan's mind. If humanity is mocked again, we will return. And then the ship vanished into the void, leaving a new galaxy behind. A galaxy that finally respected Earth. A galaxy that would never laugh at humanity's myths again.